Hey guys, and welcome to episode number 55 of Limitless Studios TV. As always, be sure to check out our forum. Go to limitless-studios.com, click on the forum link and the navigation bar up top, and that will take you to our forum. We just changed the layout a couple weeks ago, so it looks a little different, but we think it's for the better.
Yep.
It's pretty active. We're getting several, well, I don't know how many posts a day, but quite a few posts a day.
I think we're getting about 100 posts a week.
Yeah.
Somewhere around in there.
And we got mixes forum, put all your critiques on there for your mixes. Instrument recording, what other forum? Classifieds is on there. Equipment's on there.
Yeah.
So anything you want to know about recording music and things like that, check out our forum. And what we have this week?
Well, actually, if you've been on the forum, you've probably seen my post. I guess it was a couple weeks ago where I posted that I got a new cab. So we're going to do a video here on the new cab that I bought. The cab is a Mesa Boogie traditional, also known as a Stiletto 4x12 guitar cabinet. It's a slanted version, as you can see in this little overview that we got going on here. So I got a new cab because the speaker in my Recto-Verb combo, it's a Celestion C90, and I just wasn't happy with the tones I was getting when miking it up. It sounded fine in the room, but when put under a mic, there was some harsh frequencies and it wasn't thick enough, and the open back wasn't working for me, or at least for the metal tones. So I decided to upgrade to a better cab. So I decided to get a 4x12 guitar cab. He got the 2x12 Harley Benton, so I figured I'd get something different, and so I went with the 4x12 so we can have a little versatility with our tones. And actually this cab is very good. Actually, I'm really impressed with it. I looked at the reviews extensively when I was researching this, and I got a pretty nice deal on this thing. I originally wanted to get the Rectifier standard cab, which is commonly referred to as the Mesa Boogie oversized cab, and so I went to my dealer, my local Mesa dealer, to see if there was any used ones, because I wasn't planning on buying a new one, because they're new, like almost $1,000, and that's a little too much money. So I was looking for a used one, and well, I went there and they didn't have any. They only had 2 left. They were having a closeout sale. They had the Road King cab and the cab that I bought here. So they offered me a great deal on this thing. I got it for $670 out the door, not including tax. It was just over $700 with tax. So I just couldn't pass up that deal. It's brand new. Don't have to worry about UPS shipping, because you know how UPS treats your stuff not very well. And then on top of that, you don't know what the previous owner has done to the cab. I mean, it's a cab, so you're probably not going to have any damage with it. It's really hard to blow speakers, but
it's extremely hard unless you push too much watts.
Yeah, but I just didn't feel like fooling with that, so I just decided to buy this. I guess I'll talk about the features of this cab. I mean, it's a cab, doesn't really have that many features. It's a 4x12 cab. It's loaded with 4 Celestion Vintage 30 speakers, very common metal speaker. It's a closed back, fully closed back. It's got removable casters on the bottom. You definitely want to get casters if you have some kind of 4x12, because these things are like impossible to move by yourself. And on the bottom of the cab, as you'll see, there's a little button that you press in, and then the caster just slides on out, and you can put it wherever you want. That's for putting the slant cab on top of a straight cab, or well, really, the straight cabs have the bottom, or the casters on the bottom as well. You could put 2 straight cabs on top of each other if you want. The casters are actually optional, so make sure you get one with the casters, because the casters, if you don't get them with it, cost an extra $80 or something. So that's kind of expensive for casters, but they're like the best, or from what I hear, they're the best casters on the market. So, and I can attest to that, because it rolls really well even on carpet. Let's see, what else is there? It's an 8 ohm cab, so all the speakers are, I guess all the speakers are 8 ohm, aren't they?
Yeah.
And so it's an 8 ohm input for the mono, which would run all 4 speakers. But then you also have 2 4 ohm inputs for a stereo configuration where you can run. I don't know if it's vertically, if you run 2 vertically or 2 horizontally. I'm not sure. Haven't actually tried out the stereo yet, but you can actually run 2 different amplifiers through it, which is pretty cool. We'll probably utilize that sometime in our live little stream video things of our songs. There's also a parallel output on the back, the jack plate on the back. That's for running another cab off of, like running a full stack. I'll never do that, so it doesn't really matter to me, but for somebody out there might want to know, there it is. Let's see, it has the recessed inset handles, and they're made of metal, so it's very nice. I definitely wanted those hands, especially with a 4x12. Those handles make it really nice to move around. It also comes with this slipcover I have here. It's a pretty massive slipcover, but the amp's the cab is kind of big as well. I don't know if you can see that too well. Guess you can see it okay. But it has these. It has actually holes in the slipcover itself for your handles, so you can actually move the cab with this slipcover on it, which is pretty nice. I think they actually gave me the Road King cab, or the slipcover for the Road King, because it's a little bit bigger than the actual cab, but that's really no big deal. Let's see, I've actually got the 280 watt version, which is kind of strange because I didn't even know that Celestion V30s even came in a 70 watt version, but apparently these do. They're the UK made ones versus the Chinese ones that are 60 watt. Some people have said that the UK ones are a slight bit tighter than the Chinese ones, but I can't really tell, so I can't tell you if they are or aren't. Can't confirm that. I'd have to get like 4 Chinese ones and put in there to actually tell the difference. Let's see, the cab is very heavy. It was like impossible to get down the steps, and probably be even more impossible to get up the steps. But moving it around on the ground, like I said, with the casters is really easy. I think the cab actually weighs about 100 pounds, so you're dealing with a pretty heavy cab. Most 4x12s that I was looking at that aren't Mesa branded are like 70 or 80 pounds, so you're looking at like 20 extra pounds, which also attributes to your sound. It's a very thick sounding cab. A lot of other cabs that I was looking at that were 4x12s were a little too harsh on the high end, or too mid-rangey, like Engel cabs. But yeah, every cab comparison I've heard, I've always preferred the Mesa cabs. They just seem to have a nice low end and fairly scooped mid-range, which I like, and nice highs that aren't harsh or brittle sounding. So we're going to have a clip here.
Yeah, at the very end of the video, we're going to run a clip that was recorded straight through that cab from the Rectovert. But yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about. No. Well, I guess I could tell you the wood type. It was like a marine grade Baltic birch or something, for all those you interested. And then the Tolux is black, just generic. I don't know, I guess that's it, really. Yeah, it's a cab. There's not really much else to talk about. I probably talked a little too long, actually. So at the end of this video, we're going to leave you with a clip of the cab, and then you can also see the full shootout of this clip is going to be from a shootout that he did. Yeah, it was a Joe Meek floor cue. I was using it as a level matcher for reamping. I don't get a hot enough output out of my interface into my reamp box to get a nice live sounding reamp. So I use the Joe Meek pedal that we have for review here as a boost, sort of, to get the level back to what it should be. And you can hear the comparison there. There's 2 reamp tracks and 1 live track. Yep. The one of the reamp tracks was with the Joe Meek pedal. One of them was without it. You'll probably tell the difference between the one without it and the one with it. But you probably won't be able to tell the difference between the live one and the floor cue
boosted one.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, if you're interested in settings of this this sound clip, or if you're interested in mic position or tube screamer settings or noise suppressor or whatever, I did a little video, short video on our forum. You can actually go to the shootout section. It's on the same page as the shootout, and there's a little video there, and I go over a little tour of the whole setup. So that's a little exclusive video for our forum members that you guys can check out if you want.
Yep, so that's all going to be on the forum, limitless-studios.com.
Yep.
Click on the little forum link and you can check that out. It's in the shootout/comparisons topic.
Yeah, and definitely register too, because like I said, this is an exclusive video that we're not posting up on YouTube, so you can see other exclusive things on our forum that you won't see on this channel.
Yep, so I think it's going to be it for this episode. We will be back next week with a review of the floor cue that we were talking about. And then the next week we'll have a review of the B1
Studio Projects
B1, and then after that, who knows?
Yeah, from there.
So keep on checking back at our videos. We got lots of stuff coming up, and we will leave you with the clip of the Stiletto cab. So we will see you next week.